What is the best move for Alejandro Garnacho, and where does he actually end up? Should he stay in the Premier League, or should he seek a new challenge elsewhere in Europe? I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot about him over the summer. According to Fabrizio Romano, Alejandro Garnacho's priority is to stay in the Premier League this summer while he's set to leave Man United. There's been interest from Bayer Leverkusen, but he wants to stay in the Premier. The problem I think Garnacho is going to have is that there's only a couple of clubs that I can think of where he could go and actually thrive because of the style of play, and the style of play that suits a winger like Garnacho. He's been linked to Chelsea, and he was linked to Chelsea quite heavily last summer, and I could maybe see Chelsea resorting back to Garnacho if they don't get Jamie Gittins after the Club World Cup, or now the transfer window is back and reopened again. Maybe they'll go again for Garnacho, but I'm not sure Garnacho is going to thrive at Chelsea considering how many low blocks they come up against, and he's always been quite frustrating when taking his man on, which is actually why I think Aston Villa might be a better destination if he is going to stay in the Premier League. And I saw today Alex, formerly the Euro expert, did a piece on Garnacho as well, a sensible transfer for him. He's been linked with Arsenal. He spoke about the fact that, again, he won't thrive at Arsenal because of how many low blocks they come up against. Can be quite frustrating in terms of that decision-making, and suggested Aston Villa as that home. And I totally agree with what he's saying there, because they're going to want to play more transitional football. Garnacho is better using his pace to run into space where he doesn't have to take as many men on. He's not bad at taking players on, but his dribble completed numbers, as Alex highlighted in that video, are incredibly low for a player, I think, of his talent. Aston Villa again named on Twitter by Chris today as a club that are supposedly interested. Newcastle, Tottenham, Chelsea and Arsenal are the main destinations, shortlisted by Garnacho himself. Apparently he'd want to join. Personally, from a Tottenham perspective, I wouldn't want to take the gamble. I don't necessarily think Arsenal or Chelsea should. Newcastle, for me, again, it depends on the sort of wingers that they do bring in. I think they need to prioritise a right winger. Obviously, they're bringing in João Pedro potentially as well. They've got Gordon and Barnes. I don't think they should go near Garnacho, to be honest. I think Villa, again, when you look at Emery's track record of improving attackers and getting players' careers back on track, despite the fact that Garnacho's career's not gone off the rails or anything like that, I think that'd be a quite sensible move. Apparently offered to 3 La Liga clubs, Barca, Real and Atletico Madrid as well, but they've not shown any interest in him. Napoli is a potential destination that I could maybe see working, but again, would he fit the way that Conte wants to play? Probably, again, more counter-attacking football, although they kind of played with a 4-3-3 this season, not sat back as much. They do need to replace Kvaratskhelia, though. I wouldn't mind that fit, to be honest. And I actually think maybe getting away from England would do Garnacho a bit of good, to be honest. I definitely think he's good enough to play in the Premier League, and I think a lot of people are writing him off too soon because he's so young, still raw, got a lot to develop in his game. And I think maybe getting away from the Premier League, that pressure, that spotlight might do him the world of good. But he's definitely good enough to stay here. And I think Villa or maybe Napoli would be the 2 best fits for him.